We're Team 4815, the Electro Panthers, and you're watching RoboZone.
RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. FANUC America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running.
Welcome. Do not attempt to change the channel. I have control of the servo system. Welcome to the only show in America that reaches maximum payload when it comes to FIRST robotics coverage. This is RoboZone. I'm your host, Lauren Plant. Stephanie, Jim, Kiera, and myself are ready to take you on another ride. Week number 5 of the FRC 2015 season. Let me tell you, things are heating up in our final weeks of play. Teams are in a continuous effort to qualify for the 2015 Michigan FRC Championship. We had 3 more exciting district events around the state this week. Let's start in Centerline.
Let's start things off at the Centerline District. The 3rd season that Centerline High School has hosted an FRC district competition keeps getting better every year. This was our most localized event of the year, nearly all of the participants coming from the Metro Detroit area. Centerline hosted a healthy mix of veteran and young teams, and the arena was packed both days. The big surprise at Centerline was Team 3098, the Captains. The Captains started the season with a soft showing at Waterford, exiting in the quarterfinals. At Centerline, they were back with some improvements, and these changes made the difference. The Captains rose steadily in the rankings throughout the day on Friday, and by the end of qualifying on Saturday, they found themselves in 3rd place, edging out the 4th place team, 573, the Brother Rice Mech Warriors, by only 1 point. This performance clearly impressed the Blackhawks, who chose the Captains as their number 1 pick. The home team, Centerline's 4815 Electro Panthers, completed this number 1 alliance. Number 2 ranked Gearheads chose the Howell champion Benzene Bots to join them, along with the rookie team 5711 the Bathers from Mount Clemens as their 3rd. The 3rd ranked Mech Warriors chose Ortonville's Team 68, Trucktown Thunder, and 5225 the Shamrocks from East Point. Each of the top 2 alliances had a current 2015 district champion on their squad, so the playoffs were certain to be a show. In the playoff quarterfinals, the favored number 1 alliance hit a snag, putting up only 78 points in their first round, when the Blackhawks ran out of time trying to build their second stack of 6. Clearly, they would have to speed things up if they were to continue. The number 2 Gearhead Benzene Alliance put up a strong 117-point score in quarterfinal 2, followed by a 126 in quarterfinal 7, allowing them to leap into 1st place. Entering the final round of the quarters, the number 1 alliance was still trailing and in 5th place. With their future on the line, the Blackhawks alliance tried a different approach and it paid off, posting a 107-point score and securing their trip to the next round. The number 6 alliance of Warren Team 818, the Steel Armadillos, Rochester's 201 Feds, and 5478 Pershing Doughbots beat out both alliances 4 and 5 and moved on to the semis with alliances 1, 2, and 3. In the semifinals, it was a very close race between number 1 and number 2. The 2 alliances were virtually tied after their first 2 rounds and far ahead of the other 2 groups. In the last semifinal, they faced each other. It was extremely close and a preview for the finals, but the Black Hawk Alliance prevailed, posting a 134-131 victory and recapturing 1st place by less than a 2-point average difference. Both of these top 2 alliances advanced to the Centerline Finals. Each had a former district champion on their roster, but only one of these would win again today. In the district finale, the number 1 Blackhawks Alliance scored a 112-103-point victory, followed by a 121-79-point win in finals match 2 to close out the event for the Red Alliance. This was the 2nd win of the season for the Blackhawks, the first time this team has ever had a double win in a single season in their 7-year history. It was also a great day for rookie team 5711, the Bathers, taking home a silver medal for second place at their first ever FRC competition. What a great way to get started in FIRST Robotics. Team 68 Trucktown Thunder won the Centerline District Chairman's Award, granting this great team automatic advancement to the state championship and a chance to repeat as state Chairman's Award winner after also winning last year.
The core philosophy of learning at Lawrence Technological University is theory and practice. If engineering is your passion, wouldn't you want your college education to not just be in the classroom, but also getting hands-on experience? The Civil Engineering program at LTU does just that, preparing its students in state-of-the-art labs as they enter one of the top 10 careers for growth, civil engineering. Here's an example.
What we're going to do is we're going to apply 4,500 pounds of load. Okay, and that's distributed between 2 points. I'd prefer that you wear safety glasses if you're up at the beam measuring. Tape measure, its ability to measure compared to how accurate a strain gauge is significantly off. There can be significant error just in gaining your measurements from your beam. These strain gauges, as long as they're reading right, are spot on. Your theoretical should line up very closely with your actual.
To learn more about the Civil Engineering degree program at LTU and all of the amazing programs offered at Lawrence Tech, head to ltu.edu and schedule a visit today. Coming up on RoboZone, Kiara Lancaster gives us an inside look at FANUC, one of the top robotics companies, and then we head to the UP for the competition highlights from the rapidly growing Escanaba district. On your home for Michigan High School Robotics, RoboZone.
Since 1932, Lawrence Tech's motto has always been theory and practice, meaning you don't just learn theories, you also get hands-on practical experience. So students in all the engineering concentrations get the chance to work closely with our professors, using the advanced equipment and facilities here. As captain of the Baja SAE team, I was able to take what I learned from my engineering and entrepreneurial courses to prepare a race-ready vehicle for competition. But the best thing is the adrenaline rush you get taking that car off the jump.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
buildings,
highways,
Bridges.
And pipelines.
we build rewarding careers,
we operate.
we maintain,
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
and we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
For over 30 years, we've been the leading supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation to American manufacturing. We help companies reach production goals locally and globally with bringing manufacturing back to North America. Our innovative technologies provide world-class quality and efficiency. We train, educate, and develop highly skilled workers, harnessing the power of man and machine together. We are the future of manufacturing. We are FANUC America.
What if I told you there's a program you can start using in high school that'll teach you how to work the majority of robots and CNC machines in the mechanical and industrial fields? Would you believe me? Well, you should. FANUC America's groundbreaking CERT program is doing just that. CERT stands for Certified Education Training for Robots and CNC. And for this program, a compact portable robot is brought to a training facility, and through hands-on experience, students learn advanced automation while applying science, technology, engineering, and math. One of the first schools to implement this into their curriculum is Centerline High School.
This is our second year of having the program here at Centerline High School. The way the program is taught here, I'm FANUC certified instructor. It's the same type of learning materials, books, interface as college programs and as industrial training.
FANUC America is the global leader in automation for manufacturing with over 3 million robots and CNC systems installed. And they're using the same technology in those machines as they're using with their training robot.
The really cool thing about the FANUC robots is once you learn how to program and operate one of them, it crosses over all of their models. The teach pendant is the same, and the teach pendant is how you operate and work with the robot and program it. So once the students get a hand on understanding how to use just the smallest robot, they can program and operate the largest robot. So right now they're moving a dry erase marker or just a small scale in this learning cart, but they could easily also program to move a car.
Centerline Junior Austin Fox says this was his first experience working on a robot, and now he hopes to pursue it as a career.
We have a software on our computer called Handling Pro, and what it does is it emulates the teach pendant and the robot in, as you can see, a simulation. It creates a landscape, and you can put every model robot that FANUC offers along with some obstacles and objects in that they can interact with. Working with this robot has been fantastic. It's great to explore my creative side, working with the capabilities of it, and to be able to work hands-on with something that I can apply to a future career. Today with the robot, what I've done is I've written a program, and I've set a keyboard up inside the computer, and what the program's going to do is it's going to tell the robot to pick up a small white plastic peg in there and go over and type out a message.
There are currently around 30 schools using the CERT program, and one of the pioneers, Superintendent Eve Kultz, knew this was the perfect program for her students.
In Centerline schools, we provide a place and a program for every student, and students that really lean toward that STEM type of programming and hands-on needed additional opportunities. So I think this has provided opportunities that never would have been available, and it wouldn't have stretched their thinking the way these programs are.
So yes, the students are learning great skills, but the best part is they're having fun doing it.
I have students where I have to kick them out and say the robot will be here tomorrow and you can continue this idea later, but you have other classes.
After showing kids around the school this, everybody wants to enroll in it next year.
If your school or educational facility is interested in becoming a FANUC certified training center, visit www.fanucamerica.com. For RoboZone, I'm Kiara Lancaster.
Thanks, Kiara. Now let's go way up north to the Upper Peninsula and the Escanaba District. Escanaba is the only Michigan event in the UP, but its presence has made a big difference. Just a few years ago, there were only 3 FRC teams in the entire Upper Peninsula. But when the Escanaba District was formed in 2014, lots of new teams started to spring up in the surrounding area. Today, the UP is home for most of the 40 teams at the Escanaba event, proving once again that if you build it, they will come. Lauren?
Despite being our most remote FRC event, Escanaba was in no way soft. With a 72-point average qualifying score and a total of 60 scores over 100 points, Escanaba was a very competitive competition indeed. Several high-scoring matches propelled 2054, the tech bikes from Hopkins, to the top of the rankings. They finished their 12 qualifying rounds solidly in first place with a 119-point qualifying average, the third highest posted in our state so far this year. Not far behind with a 108 was Team 4391, the Brave Bots from Gladstone. Team Chaos took third with a 105 average, followed by the Flyers in fourth with a 95. In the Alliance section, Tech Bikes passed over the second and third ranked teams, choosing the Flyers as the number 1 draft, putting 2 tethered ramps on the number 1 Alliance. Team 5712 Gray Matter from Hemlock rounded out this trio. The Brave Bots teamed up with Team 857 Superior RoboWorks from Houghton, the original UP team, along with Copper Bots from Calumet to form the number 2 Alliance. Team Chaos captained the number 3 Alliance, selecting rookie 5505 Wildcat Robotics from Alpena and 3602 the Robomos to join them on their title run. After 8 alliances were assembled, it was off to the playoffs for 24 teams. In the quarterfinals, the Tech Bikes Alliance used their ramps to quickly outscore their opponents in both rounds, posting a 137 and then a monster 180-point score, putting them in the lead by a 38-point margin. The number 7 Alliance, led by 5072 the Raiders from Detour, demonstrated great teamwork, posting a 92-point average and finishing above Alliances 4, 5, and 6, sneaking their way into the semifinals, along with Alliances number 1, 2, and 3. In the semifinals, the pressure mounted as the number 2 and number 3 trios found their groove. The Brave Bot Alliance scored a 150, a 132, and finally a 157-point round to put them into first place and ahead of the number 1 Tech Bikes team. The third-ranked Chaos Trio set a 135-point average in 3 rounds, missing a trip to the finals by just 6 points. The Escanaba Finals showcased the best Recycle Rush gameplay of the weekend for the Tech Bikes Blue Alliance. Despite trailing the Brave Bots in the semis, the number 1 Alliance rose undaunted to the challenge of the district finals. They made short work of it, posting a record 182 points in Finals Match 1 and topping that score with an even better 188 in Finals 2. This was the second Recycle Rush win for the Tech Bites, adding a 9th blue banner to their impressive collection.
Thanks for hanging out with us on RoboZone. Coming up after the break, we learn about the exciting things happening with First National. Then we have all the highlights from the Livonia Churchill competition, followed by rankings and a look ahead here on RoboZone.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
Buildings.
highways.
Bridges. And pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
We operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
Welcome back to RoboZone. Maybe you're just discovering this show for the first time. Welcome. Maybe you're just discovering the sport of robotics for the first time. Have you been under a rock or something? It's okay. We're here to give you the 411. What is FIRST Robotics? Take a look.
FIRST is a family of 4 programs, each level designed to help young people develop new skills, learn how to work as a team, and practice gracious professionalism. In other words, helping everybody, not just your own team, and being a good sport. For the youngest, there's Junior FIRST Lego League, where teams of budding scientists and engineers explore real-world problems, then create a Lego model and show me poster to illustrate their journey. In elementary and middle school, it's FIRST Lego League, where teams build autonomous robots from Lego kits and use research to solve science and engineering challenges. More complicated challenges begin at the middle and high school level. FIRST Tech Challenge brings teams together to build, program, and compete with more sophisticated robots while maintaining an engineering notebook, then compete with other teams' machines on a playing field. The oldest, most intense program of all is FIRST Robotics Competition. In just 6 weeks, high schoolers with professional engineers as mentors design and build industrial-grade robots to compete with and against each other in a challenging field game, hoping to win bragging rights, recognition, and awards. FTC and FRC participants are eligible for over $20 million in scholarships given by colleges and corporations. At every step along the FIRST journey, tens of thousands of adults are there to help as coaches, mentors, volunteers, and sponsors. Many have come to the program themselves because they believe in the power of FIRST to engage young people at every age level, to teach new skills, build self-confidence, ignite passions, and inspire them to consider choosing science, engineering, and technology as a career path.
10 or 15 or 20 years from today, some kid in those stands will have cured Alzheimer's or AIDS or cancer, or built an engine that doesn't pollute. The probability that one of them is going to do something spectacular that they would not have done without FIRST is almost a guarantee. look at these kids. They're the future. We're part of it by helping them figure out what to do with their lives.
Our final event of the weekend was back down in Southeast Michigan at the Livonia District. Hosted by Churchill High School, this late season event was stacked with many great teams and a few surprises. One more time, Lauren has all the action.
At Livonia Churchill High School, some of the cream of the crop were on hand for this event. As predicted, team number 67, the Hot Team, lived up to their reputation as one of the world's best FRC teams. Hothead set Michigan records in Week 2 with their impressive win at Waterford. Their tote-stacking robot was faster and better than ever before, and their autonomous mode was like money in the bank, scoring an extra 20 bonus points for their team every time they took the field. By the end of 80 qualifying rounds, the Hot Team had amassed an average of 139 qualifying points for their 12 matches, a new first in Michigan season record. Other teams had also made improvement over the recent weeks, and it showed. Northville Team 548 RoboStangs had struggled a bit at Southfield in Week 1, but with faster stacking, an omnidirectional drive, and lightning-fast center bridge bin stealers, this robot was a force to be reckoned with. In the Alliance section, it was no surprise when Team 67 selected the Robostangs as the #1 draft, putting the two highest-scoring robots at Livonia on the same team together. This top pair chose Team 4405, the Adams family from Canton, as their third member. Team 217 Thunder Chickens chose Team 27 Rush as their first choice, rounding out Alliance #2 with Team 244 RoboDogs 3D from Granville. The Flying Toasters led the #3 Alliance as the captain, choosing 503 Frog Force, and rookie team 5756 Wrecking Crew from Detroit. The 4th Alliance was formed of Team 280 TNT from Taylor, along with Team 5046, the Jacked Up Jackets from Memphis, and 3414 Hackbots from Farmington. In the quarterfinals, scores were very high at this stacked event. In fact, they were the highest so far this year. This obviously puts a lot of pressure on the teams to perform, and sometimes they can crack under pressure. The #6 Alliance of Team 5114, the Titanium Tigers from Fenton, Team #1, the Juggernauts from Pontiac, and Team 5150 Hornets from Flint edged their way into the semis with a solid 125-point quarterfinal average. But the #1 Hot RoboStangs Alliance was the big story of the day. Armed with 548's ability to instantly harvest extra containers from the center step, this top trio set Michigan new record scores, including a massive 210-82 win in quarterfinal #8, our first playoff score of the year over the 200 mark. In the semifinals, it was more of the same. The #1 Hot Alliance dominating with scores of 170, 190, and finally 196 to give them an almost 40 average lead over their peers and a fast pass to the Livonia finals. The #3 Flying Toasters, Frogs Alliance, took second place, finishing just 3 points above the upstart #6 team. In the division finals, we saw our first ever can battle here in Michigan. A few teams have special devices like fishing poles designed to snatch these containers from the step in under a second during the autonomous mode. In Livonia, two teams, the RoboStangs and Frog Force, both had can grabbers and both chose to square off across from each other for a quick draw contest. The match began, and in the blink of an eye, the RoboStangs stole both cans out from under the clutches of the Frog Force machine. The #1 Red Alliance went on to dominate the scoreboard with a 179-135 victory over Blue. It looked like the Livonia title was in the bag, but not so fast. Finals match 2 started the same as match 1, with a quick can snatch by 548, and the stacking began. But just a few seconds later, there was trouble with the Hot Robot as a tote jammed sideways in their machine. They tried to compensate by building a stack of 4 instead of 6, but dropped their first recycling container to the floor. It looked hopeless for Red as the Blue Alliance began to overtake them, but the RoboStangs poured it on, making a third 36-point stack of 5 for the Red Alliance and placing it in the final seconds on the match for a 159-141 win. What an exciting finish to an exciting event. This win makes 2 golds for the Hot Team and a gold and silver for the RoboStangs, and a first ever win for rookie inspiration Team 5756. Great teamwork by a great alliance.
It's always a challenge coming up and meeting at 2 other schools. It takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of planning to make sure that all the logistics of each match get planned out before we actually go out and compete. You know, when we were assembling our alliance, we looked at different strengths of different teams, and we were able to pick an alliance that was complemented. Each robot complemented each other. So,
we worked with 548 a couple of times. They actually build out of our same facility at the Milford General Motors Milford Proving Ground, so we're very familiar with them.
Each robot had different strengths that we could use those strengths to win. We're really tired. It's been a really long build season, and it still continues to be a long competition season, but we're really happy that all our hard work throughout the season has paid off.
RoboZone Nation, Jim Zondag back in Control Command. With just 1 week left, the pressure is on for teams to make the final cut. Week 6 will be our final weekend of district competition for the 2015 FRC season. Teams will be making their final attempts to qualify for the Michigan State Championship in Grand Rapids the following week. We will see many of our fan favorites coming out to play on this final district weekend. At the Lansing District, we will be watching Team 308, the Walled Lake Monsters, Team 314, the Megatron Oracles from Flint. With 2 district wins already this year, Big Mo is favored to win at Lansing, their 3rd district outing of the season. Team 858, the Demons from Wyoming, and Team 5533, Electric Horsepower from Clio, Michigan. This rookie team is off to a great start and were finalists at the Kettering District. At the Troy District, top teams include Team 33, the Killer Bees, winner of the Southfield District. Team 469, Las Gorillas from Bloomfield Hills, winners of the St. Joseph District. Team 2337, the Engineers from Grand Blanc, winners of the Kettering District. And Team 3539, the Biting Bulldogs from Romeo. And finally, the Bedford District, which has a long list of great teams and promises to be a very exciting tournament. Competitors include Team 548, the Robostangs from Northville, winners of the Livonia District and Southfield finalists. Team 1023, the Bedford Express, the home team and 2-time event winner this year. Team 2137, Torque, winners of both Waterford and West Michigan districts. And Team 2834, the Bionic Blackhawks, winners from Gull Lake and Centerline districts. There will be lots of great robotic action at all 3 of these locations. Expect a great finish to an already great district season. With so many winners in so many districts and so many high scores, it gets hard to make predictions, but here goes. Based on my analysis, after the completion of 15 district tournaments, here are our latest RoboZone Top 5 rankings. Number 5, Team 1918 NC Gears from Fremont. Number 4, Team 548, the Robostangs from Northville. Number 3, Team 314, the Megatron Oracles from Flint. Number 2, Team 1023, the Bedford Express from Temperance. And in the number 1 position, Team 67, the Hot Team from Milford. The state championship is just around the corner. Good luck, teams.
Well, there you have it. Just 3 more district competitions to go through, and then it's off to the state championship. This is going to be the biggest FRC event in state history. Roughly 30% of the teams in the state will be competing for a chance at state hardware. We can't wait to see you at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids. But before that, Bedford, Mason, and Troy district highlights, that's all next week right here on RoboZone. Find us on social media by searching RoboZone Show. Live long and prosper.
RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. FANUC America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running.